Namaskar. Hello everyone. RVD here. A very warm welcome to my channel. We are going ahead with the next video of my playlist, a course on C programming. The current video will be about factorial of a number. We are meeting after a very long time. There was a big gap. So I'm here with the next video. Let's hope that I'll be able to periodically now record the videos and continue with this playlist, that is C programming, and also with the other playlist as well. I'm planning for some new playlist. Let's hope that I get time and I'll be able to go ahead with the constant pace. So currently let us focus on this video, that is about finding the factorial of a number. Okay, it's going to be a simple C program. We had come so far a very long way, completing various basics. We've started with the control structures, then we had seen the concept of for loop. So now we are well versed about how to use for loop for solving our problem. So let us look at the program of factorial of a number. So all of us know what is factorial of a number. Let's say if at all I want to find factorial of 3, then 3 factorial is going to be 1 into 2 into 3. So if I generalize, n factorial will be a product of first n natural numbers. So let's start with the program. Now this part I've already kept ready for all of us so that we can save time, and this is something that we already had come up to. So I've declared a variable. You can see the variable n, which is going to store a number whose factorial we want to find. We require a for loop, so we require a loop variable as well. Now the factorial is going to be a big value because you can see it's a product value. So to be sufficient to store or to hold that value, the result variable, that is f, is created using a data type long. You know what is long? It is nothing but a qualifier used. So long is nothing but long int. You can also write long int, but because int is a default that it understands, so we obviously can write long. Okay, if you have not seen the previous video, you can check for the video which is on qualifiers in C, and there you'll be able to see the various qualifiers which I have already explained. Now why this particular variable is initialized to 1? For a very simple reason, because it's a product variable. Okay, so if I have a product variable, it is always initialized to 1. If I have a sum variable or a summation variable, then it will be always initialized to 0. Okay, so let's go ahead. Enter an integer. It's a simple message, and I'm accepting that integer in n. So we are very clear that I want to find the factorial of n, which is going to be the product of first n natural numbers. So let us design the for loop for it. For, which is a keyword, I is already declared, so I want my I to start with 1 semicolon. I want to go up to n. Obviously n is also inclusive, so I less than or equal to n, and I want a simple increment of 1, so which is I plus plus, or even if you write plus plus I, it is one and the same. Now try to understand. My for loop is running from 1 to n. The for loop variable is I, so I is going from 1 to n. So that means if I want to do the product, I have to make use of I. For storing the product, I have already created a variable f. Okay, so let's see how do I design the statement for it. So my new f is going to be the old f into I. Okay, now try to visualize how these things will work. Now what is your old f? So your old f is initialized to 1. Okay, so what will be your new f? Old f into I, which is also 1, which will give you 1. Okay, if I head towards it further, now my value of I becomes 2. My old f is still 1 into 2, which will give you 2. Now my I becomes 3. Suppose my n is 3, so I is going to go up to 3. So f is now 2. So old f is 2 into the value of I is 3, which will give you 6. Then I will get incremented, for loop gets over, and you can see the factorial of n equal to 3, which is already being stored in f, that is 6. So it does a simple iteration from 1 to n, and every value of I that you get, you multiply it with f and you store back. Okay, so that's how you will be getting the factorial of f. That is, factorial of n in f. So finally my result is stored in f. Okay, so let us print the result. If you want to print with a little bit of decoration, I can say %d is the number whose factorial we are finding. So let us have a factorial sign, okay, equal to %ld. Now what is %ld? It's a format specifier for long, because actually long is what? Long int. So it is %ld. Again, if you are getting confused, you can watch the previous video of the same playlist where I'm talking about the format specifiers, in a printf and scanf related videos. So you'll see printf and scanf is very beautifully explained with a lot of basics and fundamentals in the same playlist. So if you are visiting this video directly, it is almost video number 66. So we have 65 videos already being created for covering all the fundamentals and basics of C, and then gradually we started with programs. Okay, so what is my first argument for %d? It's going to be n, and for the second one it is going to be f. Okay, so that's it. That's how we will be getting the factorial of a given number. Let us save the program. Let me compile it. Okay, so I already had a closing bracket which was already kept ready for you, and I've given you one more, so it is giving me the error. Okay, so you should understand what the error is coming for. So it has got an extra closing brace, so which got removed now. Okay, let us compile again. Yes, it got successfully compiled. So now I'll execute. Let us start with a simple one. Let's say 3. Already factorial of 3 is 6. Let me just increase the font a bit so that it will be properly visible. Yeah. So enter an integer 3. You can see 3 factorial is 6. We can repeat. Let's say 4. It is going to be 24. Let us say factorial of 5. It's going to be 120. Then 6 is going to be 720. If I go further, okay, so it gets particularly multiplied because we have used long. We've got a sufficient capacity to hold the result. Okay, but that will be a good experiment. I want rather you people to try this program, and you can put it in the comment section that with this particular structure, I've used long for storing the factorial. What is the maximum value of n that I can go up to so that the factorial will still be valid? Once you try going out of the bound, it will come in the negative side. So those who are following this particular thing and you're trying it yourself, you can very well put it in the comment box that what is the maximum value of n for which I can find the factorial in this particular structure. Okay, so this was a very simple but yet very important program to understand the concept of for loop, okay, and solve a particular typical problem of finding the factorial of a number. As we'll go ahead, this factorial concept is going to be reused in multiple different problems. So maybe when we start with functions, I'll first show you how the function can be written to find the factorial. Then we can use factorial for various series that we are going to calculate. There's something called as Pascal triangle for which even the factorial can be used. So as I said, a very simple yet very important program. I hope you've got the program properly. If you have any doubts, you can put it in the comment box. I would be happy to interact. You can very well find me on Facebook. You can very well find me on LinkedIn, and we can very well have an interactive chat over there regarding the problems. You can suggest me some more questions of C programming, which I can include to make the things more easier for people who are following this particular playlist. Okay, so let's try to connect and have a very good healthy interaction. So that was it for this particular video. I would again request all of you to like and share this video with all your fellow mates. If you feel that someone is really in a need of a good C programming material, you can very well recommend my playlist as well as my channel. And if you have not subscribed yet, if you are new to my channel, do subscribe my channel. So that's it. Thanks a lot and wish you a very happy learning.